Hi everyone, welcome to this reading. I have my crystal ball off to the side, so I will be scrying throughout this message. If you're new to my channel, my readings are a little different. If you're turning, welcome back. You know how we do if it doesn't resonate with you. If you're forcing the story to fit, arguing with it in any way, just leave it behind for the people who it's meant for. So let's go ahead and let's just dive right into this. Here I have the Ten of Ghosts, and I don't know why I've been loving the Halloween deck so much lately, but I have. It's like fall in June. But, and this is a timeless reading also. I know I threw a date out there, but all my readings are timeless. And with this Ten of Ghosts can often speak about generational issues and family. And I'm going to start reading the imagery that's on this card because I feel like it's more about the imagery on this card for me. I'm noticing this individual who's about to touch this one ghost who's on this line. So this for me is the family line. There's one in particular that we're focused on, and notice how they're touching this figure that's dressed like death. So that means that this individual is trying to transform something within a family line, and you may even know where it started. You may know where you received it from. Here, what I see an inner child dancing with a power animal. And so there's something about empowerment of self, because remember, your power animal holds your power, it holds your magic, it holds your medicine. And so the special gift that you kind of bring into the world. And this is kind of telling me that someone is ready to step into a particular place where they understand themselves in a deeper way. But in order to do that, there's this clearing out of lack. For many of you, I feel like it's manifesting in terms of lack, whether it's lack of abundance or lack of love or lack of discipline, or just a lack of like feeling a sense of belonging, a lack of feeling loved. There's some sort of lack here that is originating from this familial line that we're trying to resolve. Some of you, it may not be a lack. It may be something that's coming through in terms of a little bit more of a volatile energy, and we're trying to basically transform that energy now. For some of you, you are trying to transform it for the empowerment of your own children. Okay, we have the Four of Bats. There's a lot of conflict regarding this energy. I think this is an energy that someone has run up against a lot inside of their life with the Five of Bats and felt very victimized by it. When we have the Five of Bats, it's basically like a bully victimizing his friends. There's this energy in this card of stealing candy from children. So there's something here that was basically stolen from our own core of innocence for the benefit of someone else. And that is essentially at the core of what someone is trying to rewire, is bringing that feeling of empowered innocence back into their life. I just have to point this out because it's so cute. Look at how angry that cat is on the bottom. That angry is like, give that candy back. There we go. And I'm going to say this now too. In this deck, this cat always reminds me of the shadow. And so there may be a part of our shadow self or our internal qualities that we lash out in certain ways when we suspect that this is happening. And that's a very powerful energy, because sometimes we can see that placed in places where it's not actually happening, right? It's confirmation bias. It can be a problem inside of our lives when we have some very deep core wounds. We can definitely have those lenses that see the devil in the corner. And, it's something that I always say on this channel. If you're looking for a devil, you always find one. And this is an energy that I think that somebody's ready to really transform for themselves so that they can see things clearly. And so that the times that it does happen to them, it doesn't necessarily throw them into a victim mindset, but they're able to overcome it in a very powerful way. This is very responsible energy that I'm looking at. Whoever's message this is, it's like you're doing something that's pretty solid for yourself. Okay, and then we have the Seven of Bats. I do feel that there's an element to this where it's like we're trying to avoid repeating certain patterns. The Seven of Bats can be the saboteur, and maybe you have experienced that you've self-sabotaged due to this in the past. But more than that, I'm seeing the Seven of Bats as the guy who goes into the camp. He's taking all the swords so that in the morning the two camps can't fight. It's like we're trying to do the right thing in this situation by promoting peace inside of our future and inside of our life by taking away the swords. It's like trying to take away the power of the thing that's trying to destroy you. And that's how I feel about this. I feel that someone is actually literally looking at this pattern as something that's trying to destroy them, and they're trying to take the power back from that. And I think that's beautiful. Let's see. Here we have the Ten of Bats. There was definitely an overcoming of some sort of mental hurdle before we were able to be in this space of really, even actively trying to pursue this. Is a very empowered energy. It's a very brave energy. And with this 10 of bats, it's like there's something that we had to overcome within the mental space in order to get there. Something had to end in the mental space. When we talk about the 10 of swords, this is where essentially all those swords are hanging over the person or have stabbed them in the back, and they've had to die a very brutal death. And there's a sun rising or a sun setting, depending on your viewpoint, and they have their fingers crossed off to their side in the traditional Rider Waite, basically saying it's a false death. It's not really a death, it just seems like a death. And so that's what's happening here. Somebody has had to have a complete reset or shift in their mind state so that they're no longer the person that they used to be. And in kind of transforming themselves and letting that old version of themselves die off, they've stepped into a more empowered space where they're better equipped and better emotionally capable of exerting the type of courage and bravery that's needed in order to confront these very deep familial wounds. And then we have the 10 of pumpkins. Oh, this is the 10 of Pentacles. I probably said that was the 10 of Pentacles. This is the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is like happy family card, but it doesn't really change the meaning because it's still about family. 10 of Pumpkins is the generational card. So this is interesting because I love how the meaning changes between that and this with the imagery. Here we have this boy. So again, that inner child quality that's about to hit that pinata. And when it hits that pinata, it gets gold. It hits gold. It gets candy for days. And this is kind of an energy of like really trying to clear out the spaces so that our inner child can play and can breathe, and it can actually enjoy the lineage that it came from rather than feeling that it's being subjected by it. This is generational wealth, is essentially what the 10 of Pumpkins is supposed to mean. It's generational wealth, generational abundance, the things that we've set the future generations up for. And I think that, again, going back to the original feeling I had here, I think that a lot of you are doing this work for your children so that your children don't have to suffer the same things that you had to and that you watched your parents suffer. And I think there's no more beautiful gift for your children that you can give than that, to give them a very healthy foundation in which to operate, and a healthy thing to like witness their parents to have gone through so that they know how to model their own lives in the future. I love this reading. I do. I love this reading. It's such a beautiful energy because I think that whoever this message is for, you've had to overcome a lot of things to reach this space. And the things that you've gone through, it's not a small deal. It's a pretty big deal. And if you haven't, I would definitely take a moment to kind of pat yourself on the back for having overcome a lot of the things that I'm kind of feeling in the field of this energy. It's like you are a survivor in many ways, and to acknowledge that for yourself. Okay, and then we have the 2 of Ghosts. For me, the 2 of Ghosts, this is about like ultimate partnership. This is like the partnership with our, in this instance, it would be with our lineage in a certain way. Even if it's something that you don't necessarily want to have anything to do with, it's like that lives inside of you. That's in your DNA. And this is making peace with those spaces within you that you contain. There is a definite energy of transformation here. And even the little shadow kitty is now an angel kitty. So there's a lightening of the load. There's a transformation that's taken place. It's going through the dark spaces and sifting through the darkness in order to come out to the lighter side. I think that there's a lightening of energy that's starting to take place in someone's life here. If it isn't now, it will soon. And it's almost like the light at the end of the tunnel. It doesn't mean that there's not maintenance that has to be done along the way. It doesn't mean that, everything's going to be all peachy keen, but it does mean that the struggle that you've faced, it's not a struggle that's going to be inside of your story much longer, if it even is at all. I feel that for some of you, you've just come out of this, and that this isn't even part of your story anymore. With this 2 of Ghosts, I think that for many of you, this may revolve around romantic relationships or social connections, our interpersonal connections, how we meet with other people. And I think that there was a lot of energy that we had to sift through in order to come to healthier connections inside of our lives. This card being at the forefront in the past, it's a lot of conflict, it's a lot of chaos, it's a lot of victimization, it's a lot of betrayal, a lot of being taken advantage of. And to work through all the programs that kind of make those things appear within our reality, that make us accept that behavior, that make us tolerate things that will eventually lead to that behavior. In order to work through those things, someone here has done a lot of work. So again, I just feel this reading is coming out as confirmation that you're doing the work, that you've done it, that you are doing it, that this is not something that's going to be part of your story for much longer, if it even is anymore. And kind of like hey, take a quick time out and recognize how far you've come, because that's really part of the process too, is to give that energy back to yourself, is to to really honor and be loyal and love the self enough to be able to say, hey, I've done a great job. And you have. Whoever this message is for, you've absolutely done a great job. So this is a short reading. I'm going to leave this here. If this resonates with you, please hit that like button. Until next time.